Good afternoon. I hope you're receiving the outside broadcast on account of just social distancing and given my current state, that is, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to do another, because I think we've done one before, steps special. She says, perched on a step. And by the way, it's Thursday, if you want the dates down. Thursday the 24th of March. So I'm going to do a step special, but of course, it's unlikely that you are going to be at a step. So part of this movement snack will be audience participation, probably largely with upper limmy tea towels. And I'm going to crowbar in some stepping prompts for whence you are next at an appropriate step. All right, V. All right, Maddie. Sunny here as well. So a bit of a mishmash in this movement snack, because some of it undoubtedly you won't be able to do right now because you're probably not stood by a step, and even if you were, it's not recommended that to be looking at a device and looking at a step, but you know what I'm saying. Maddie's back from Aqua. Have you got a tea towel, Maddie? V, you got a tea towel? Joining in. So I've got some stepping type things just for you to practice at a point in time that you are at an appropriate step with support. So I'm outside, just outside the conservatory. So some of this you can do if you like, and some of it is parking it. Maybe have a watch again, or just see one or two things for your stepping practice. Maybe identify around your home or around your garden where you have a good stable support and sturdy step that you might want to rehearse. Confident steps. The thing is rehearsal and practice. So range of motion, strength and power, all needed for steps, and of course depending how deep the step is. I was thinking about, there's a song about how deep is your step, but it's how deep is your love. It's very different. It has a different context if you put that in the lyric. Anyway, all right, Bolton team's in. Bolton team, have you got any steps around the garden or house that you like to practice on? Miss P, Miss Perry, I know, I've seen your steps, Chris. I'm guessing they are not the steps to practice on. Chris has very steep steps going up to the outside of our house. So you need a tea towel for the actual audience participation bit if you want. So park, just have a look at the steppy stuff if you want it, and then get involved with the trunky and the upper limmy stuff. We're outside in the fresh air, 'tis true. All right, Carolyn, here they all come. Sandra's in. All right, Sandra. I've gone for the crazy garden dragged through a hedge backwards look as well, just to match the surroundings. Gone for that today. What's going on? Change of venue. Well, I'm just outside, Gillian with a G, outside the conservatory, and I thought, I'll do a steps special. I think steps as in the movement, not the group. That was nothing like ABBA. No comparison to ABBA, and anyone who thinks they were is wrong. Just thought I'd say that. Right, Sue Tilly's in. Right, it's a noonday, midday. I'm currently stood on half the step here. Bex Downey from Later Life Training, Make Movement Your Mission, one day after our second birthday. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. You need one of these, something reliably grippable, grabbable. Remember, just to reinforce, two elements to this movement snack. The steppy stuff, probably you won't be able to do now. Just have a look and a listen and a watch now. Take some of those thoughts and prompts to a time when you have got a step nearby with reliable support. So we'll do a bit of upper limmy and a bit of lower limmy, a bit of listening, maybe a little bit of learning, and do what you want. In amongst all of this, folks, you also need a chair. I brought a chair in here, so we're going to take our circ boost as we ordinarily do. Seated or standing options. external support close to hand, or it might be in front of you. Upwardly lifted. Got a bit of a strange angle on the device today, sorry. Start going on your circ boost. You might prefer to have that in front of you here. Involving the ankles, feet and toes. You know what to do. Keep the uplift, folks, and then bring in the other moving parts as and when you're ready. If not yet confident or feeling entirely happy in stand without support, you may opt for a seated circ boost, hoping you can just see your feet. Have a hip walk forward, extra uplift through the centre, then bringing in the arms, keeping that light bend in the elbow, both sides, if confident and happy to, bringing across the way. So this circ boost is just a flurry of activity, arms and legs, or arms only, or legs only. Oh, had a wobble there. In the seated option, keep the knees low. It's more about the feet and the ankles than it is the hips. And if you feel a bit rocky and rolly, put in some extra support, either on the arms of the chair or fingertips on the seat of the chair. And that just offers more support for your supporting parts, so you can better focus on what's going on in the foot end. So it might be legs only, it might be single arms left and right, you might bring them together, might take them across the way. So that's just seated prompts. Last few seconds on that. I'm going to push up to stand, join the stand-uppers. The alternative, of course, is to go for a wander. This circ boost is just to give us a light lift in heart rate, light lift in respiratory rate. So at the end of the circ boost, we should feel invigorated, she says. Invigorated, not breathless, just, oh, that feels good. And if nothing else, crowbar in a bit of circ boost throughout your day. Rightio, let's have a look at my list of stuff. So some of these moves to do later, once you've established where you could do your step practice. But I've brought in the trusty old tea towel so we can all get some actual moving minutes in now without concern or planning for safety. So let's start with, folks, a grip and spin. In stand, if you're happy to, in seat if you prefer to. Let's go for pincer grip on your tea towel, thumb and two fingers, grip and spin in various directions, this way and this way, just to test your reliable grip today. You got a bit of static shoulders going on here, and if you lose the grip, of course, start again. If you lose grip on both, be prepared then for your picking up practice. So there may well be a bit of bendage. I did say bendage. A bit of bendage in there, a bit of functional bend if you were to lose the tea towel from your grip. So there you go. Other things to do with your tea towel whilst waiting in the kitchen. It could be a bit of coordination, a bit of grip and catch, and if you're in sit, maybe try this looking in a different direction so you're not actually looking at the tea towel. I missed it. Landing in the hand, maybe glance away. Can you keep that going? It's kind of checking up on your kind of proprioceptors here. Can you keep grabbing the tea towel if you're not looking at it? So of course, do sit down for this one if you have any concerns with balance. If you're confident to, then of course do that in stand. Rightio, so just park that for now. I'm going to move into a bit of stepping practice for later if you would like. So I've got a step here on the outside of the conservatory. It's a great space. It offers the wall here for support, but also it offers a kind of fixed firm support here and a door frame here. So if you have a secure and safe area, the thing about stepping practice is practice. All of the ankle, feet and toe stuff that we do and all the other movement snacks apply here. The thing about practice is to learn, have a look what's going on. So take up support, one leg at a time, of course, don't do two legs at the same time. Two ways we can land on the step. We can go heel strike first, peeling the heel off and back down, or we can go ball of foot down first. It really depends how high you step and your direction of travel. So it is rehearsing both sides if you're happy to. So 2 bits of support if you want, there and there. So at the moment we're practicing the range of motion at the hip. Range of motion at the hip. If the stairs are steep, the likelihood is you will go ball of foot, land, and then push up. If the stairs are long and deep, the likelihood is you will go heel strike down and then press through. But we want a good firm contact with the step regardless of foot placement. So rehearsing the range of motion around the hips like so. The first thing we need to feel confident is that we've got the hips and the ankle range to take the steps. Of course, the other thing you can do, is one I prepared earlier, is also put in a half step. So half steps, of course, reduce the range of motion and may be a great stepping stone to improve range for deeper steps. Okay, let's move on. Let's do a bit of a movement stack together now. So I'm going to go for tea towel again. Sit or stand options, folks, you choose. We're going to go for the big pull down or the big bell ring. Holding reliable grip for the tea towel, about shoulder height or higher if you're comfortable too. With the other hand, it's a single pull down and then a release. So place it up to a higher point each time if you can. Pull down and keep this fairly close to the body, so it's not out here, it's here. Can you see us? I'm pulling it down here, and it's up to you how much resistance, how much tug you put on that tea towel. So place it and then pull, so you're resisting the pull. Place it and then pull. You've got your shoulders going on here, you've got your pulling muscles, so that the pulley bits down the side of the trunk pulling down, and it's up to you how much you add into that. And you might be confident to go higher or just keep it in front of the chest there. So there's your downward pull. Additional moving minutes, you know, after anything that's been grippy or has exerted force or resistance, have a release of the grip, have a complete switch off. The switch offs are as important as the switch ons. Okay, here's a seated preparation for steps if you would like. Let me just move my half step out of the way. Can you see my feet here? Vying for space. So I can rehearse all of my ankle, all of my calf movements in preparation for standing steps here in sit. Pushing high up on the sit bones, bring the toes back a little bit, extra squeeze here through the calves like so, and also take your forward step position, running out of space. To rehearse also your toe up positions there. So heels and toes, really effective to do in a sit position to train up that range of motion. And on the heel raises, we can start to get a little bit of strength in there as well, especially if you lean through the thighs. Okay, second step practice. If you have a fixed firm support in an appropriate place, I've got a window sill here, I've got a door frame here, I can also use this step to get the sides of my hips stronger and better to support stepping, striding activities. There's loads of things you can do with a step to get ready and skill up and further progress standing activities. First thing to do, take hold of some support so that you can have a good glance down and look at the space you have to play with. So here I want to know I've got space to replace the foot there. Okay, so that's the first thing. So this is my standing leg, look, I've made space for that foot there. So now I can do things like either rehearse side and lift there with my ball of foot, so this is stepping over objects, still got the support here, so I'm not going to challenge balance here, I'm just getting that hip ready and the stance leg ready. Then Once you've got that range of motion and you're comfortable with that, now you can start to add some weight, some load, your body weight, and you can do that gradually also by shifting the weight as if you're going to step up, but then don't. Did you see what I did there? So I shift the weight, go for the push on this step leg, but I leave the ball of the foot behind, and then I come back down to base. Now this is a really effective starting point to feeling confident on steps and getting hips ready for sideways moves. So let me show you that again. Hip width at feet, plant the foot securely, go for the step, but don't, and come back. So I haven't got the whole weight of the body here because I've still got my leg to the floor, but I've started to feel how my thighs and my knees are. Now to do the other side, you'll need to turn round, of course. So stepping round, 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 round. Excuse me while I turn my back to you. Here I go again. Now the minute I start to shift the weight, the minute I've got a step here level, I'm starting to add load and resistance. These are the critical elements we need for everyday life, certainly in standing activities. So if you've got a setup like this with a strong sturdy step and a bit of external support, you can start to rehearse. Now of course the next logical step is to build that over time, to go for the push and the land and get your balance. Now again, here's my support. I can then rehearse that step down and step up. Foot slightly behind for this one. There. Just 2 or 3. Start to practice those over time. Okay, moving back on. Let's go back into that upper limmy stuff. What have we got here? We're going to do a bit of where's my keys and sit or stand. So a coordination one for some additional moving minutes now. Think about 3 sets of pockets: chest pockets, hip pockets, back pockets. So you're going to go through as if you were going, where's my keys? Where's my keys? Up and down through those pocket lines. Then to add complexity, to add the coordination challenge, rather than left and right hands staying on left and right sides, we can start to cross over each of those directions. Now start slow, start slow, start slow, and you'll start to see, well, you'll start to feel how this changes, how you're thinking about that, how you're planning where the hands are going to go next, and then you can start to speed that up. So we've also got obviously shoulder moves going on here, but this is very much a brain training activity. There you go. Okay, let's pick up the tea towel then. Next range, we're going to go for strong handlebar grip on the tea towel, and then we're going to go push and pull down. So the first movement is push away, push and rise, and when you get to here, it's a pull. And you'll start to feel different types of effort, different to when you push away, different to when you pull in. So you've always got this little bit of outward turn. This can be as small or as big as you want it to be. And even after a couple of those circles, you'll start to feel how the shoulder muscles are activating with that. So have a switch off each time. Let's change the grip now. Feel how the change of grip changes how this movement feels. So now you're going to scoop up the band, still a little bit of outward tug. Now it's a push away and a pull down. Now on this pull down, you're going to get extra activity in your lifting muscles here in the front of the arm. So there's your push and pull. Push away and pull down. Push away and pull down. And always there, lots of shoulder blade workage going on there also. Okay, I'm going to go back onto one more step practice if you'd like. And this really is about, again, getting the ankles ready, getting the foot placements ready, and increasing range of motion at ankles. So have a look, and next time you're near a step in an appropriate space, give it a go. Here we go, have a look. Again, we can use the whole depth of the step, or we can put in the half step also. Half steps are great, really help to progress and obviously make stepping easier, but I'm using it here not to make stepping easier, but to use it as a part of a progression to stepping with confidence. So I'm going to take up my support. I've got my half step in here. I'm going to shift back up onto the whole step, but now I've got my weight on my support leg, and I'm going to put my ball of the foot. Can you see I've got the heel here? And now I'm going to ease and squeeze the heel down and then push the heel up. So I'm using the step to get a little bit more range of motion around my ankle. Ordinarily I'd stop at the flat, but because I've done this, I can get a little bit more. Now I don't want to use the step in this way to physically step up. I'm using the step now as a tool to get more range of motion. And then I'm going to step down to half step and then back to base. Let me show you that again. So half step on, and I'm going to just shift my heel so that I can get, and what we're essentially doing here is going into the calf stretch type of position that we do at the 4 p.m. Slowly, slowly, slowly moving. And of course, all of my weight really is on the standing leg. So to change legs for this, let me move the half step. To change legs, I will do this there. So there is my rehearsal there. Using lots of external support. I don't want to challenge balance. I'm supporting my leg through here on this bend in the knee, and I'm in this position so that I can feel my way around slightly bigger ranges of motion around the ankle. Right, there was quite a lot in that one. We had step practice rehearsal that was placing up onto the step and back down, and just playing around with, again, ankle ranges of motion, just practicing hip moves and ankle moves. That was our first step practice. Then I stood sideways onto the step, using support always, take a glance down, and I'm making sure that there's space for my leg to move into. Then I can practice almost stepping, not quite, back to base. Solid foot, whole foot flat onto the step, shift the weight as is to step up, and then not. And then of course, as you feel more confident, plant the foot, then step all the way back, make sure there's room for the foot, and on the way down, slightly behind, and then control that foot down, make way for the foot. In amongst all that, review of the T-tail or upper limb, we had grip and spin in various directions. We had pulling down, or bell ringer's revenge, so this is your reliable grip and you're pulling down through the T-tail. We had where's my keys as a coordination move. We had outward row, push and pull, and we did that in 2 different positions with the hands, so under grasp, pull, push and pull. And then we finished with something else just to add extra range of motion to the ankles. Right, that was it. That was the step special. As I said at the beginning, no doubt you want to go back round and have a look of those. Stepping requires range of motion, so we need movement around the feet and the ankles. We need strength in the ankles, the knees and the hips. We need supporting parts to make stepping easier. So if you're currently finding steps and stairs challenging, the key to progress is practice, gradual practice. Right, that's it. I think I need to get a bit of a slurp going on. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and I think you've got chaos, haven't you, at 4 p.m. today. All right, that's it. Bye for now.